Now today, I can walk in here and I can say, I'm gluten intolerant. And the staff goes, I've got you. How'd that happen?
Women.
Speech over. Yeah, women doing what? Speaking up. Advocating for ourselves, right? And I mean, like food allergies also affect men, to be fair. But yeah, speaking up for ourselves, right? So to add a little bit more foundation to what I'm talking about, before I was a Web3 founder, before I was a Web2 founder, I studied as a cultural anthropologist. And my area of expertise is paradigm shifts. So I'm very excited about and interested in how paradigm shifts happen, why they happen, and if we can make them happen. Okay? So to illustrate this a little bit further, in my 15 years of research and study, what I've found is that there are two things necessary in order to exact a paradigm shift. Without these two things, a paradigm shift cannot occur. The first is the crisis, is a sciencey term, or the motivation. In dominant culture, there has to be motivation in order to get the paradigm shift going. Without it, nothing can happen. But on the flip side, we also need opportunity, also known as the tools. So if you can imagine for me, pretend you are a molecular scientist, if we have atoms that get very, very excited, and we have a ground, then we will have lightning, right? But if we have atoms that are extremely excited, very motivated, but we don't have a ground, there will be no lightning. Just the same way, if I stand here and I hold up a lightning rod, there's not enough excited atoms in this space, there will be no lightning. I hope. I mean, I don't want to get electrocuted. I don't think you guys want to see that either. So I'm so nerdy about this that when COVID started, I was living in Long Beach, just up the coast here, I realized I was about to witness not just a once in a lifetime, not even just once in a century, more like once in millennia or even beyond that paradigm shift. Because it is extremely rare to have a global paradigm shift that happens in under a year. Can anyone think of another global paradigm shift that happened in under a year? Yeah, it's a hard one. Asteroid hitting and killing a bunch of dinosaurs. Pompeii causing volcanic winter. It's so rare. And so, sort of to cope, don't worry, I'm in therapy, I decided to study the pandemic in real time and document it. Now, in the pandemic, we had some huge motivation, right? And we also had, hopefully, some tools. What was the motivation? What did we want? I mean, there are a lot of paradigm shifts happening, but what was the big one? What did we want the most in the pandemic?
Childcare.
Not quite what I'm going for, but we wanted a solution. Stablecoin adoption through the roof. There is also motivation happening there because of government disenfranchisement, inflation, being unbanked. There are many different reasons all flowing in because, of course, every country and community is different. So Lisk said 88% of the world's population lives in the global south. This makes sense. This is who we're going to serve. And the voices we will center. They pivoted, they were called crazy, they're doing it anyway, because it's the right thing to do. They saw the motivation, they brought the tool, the opportunity. Okay. But what if you're a founder, or you are in Web3 and you want to create both the motivation and the tool? Because you're a little bit more stubborn than most people. Okay. So just going back to our fun statistics, women are 51% of the world's population, and yet, for 500 years, our healthcare has been treated like niche. The majority of the world's population has healthcare treated as niche. Those numbers don't add up either, do they? You could say that the motivation is already there, right? I mean, is any woman in this room not kind of really pissed off about this?
We're just like, stop.
But where are the centers of power? Most of the centers of power in medicine are male. So in order to create enough of a crisis, we need to get allies. So the first thing I did was found a magazine called Anodyne Magazine. We are an arts and literary journal, and we only publish Flinta Voices. Flinta is a European acronym for women and queer people. Social scientists like myself know that stories are the best way to inspire empathy. So if we are going to get allies, we have to inspire empathy in order to get them on our side, to say, yes, we're going to shift power. Okay, so now I'm working to make the motivation higher. Remember the atoms? Getting excited. I'm trying to excite the atoms of culture to make this shift greater, because I don't want just a shift like that happened in tech in the 1960s, 1970s, and 1980s. We gotta do it now. I want the level of shift that we were able to make during COVID for women's health. We've gotta do it now, and we gotta do it fast. Okay, so thank you. Speech isn't over yet, though. So we've got the motivation, hopefully, working on it. What about the tool? Where's the tool come in? That's Asterisk Women's Health. So we are a DAO working to change this paradigm in real time. And I'm doing it in all the ways that people would tell me not to do it. Again, I don't care about being called crazy. I care about doing the right thing. So when I look at the statistics and I see that 80% of femtech is funded for reproductive health, that's not right. We're more than just two organs. This paradigm is why women are 50% more likely to die of a heart attack than men, 25% more likely to be misdiagnosed from a stroke, 3 to 6 times more likely to have adverse reactions to drugs. I could go on. The statistics are insane, because turns out we have whole bodies. Absolute insanity. So we are only exclusively focused on reproductive health. Right now, we are funding a lot of women's health. It's kind of in vogue. It's kind of getting cool. Let's fund women's health. Let's do it. Thanks, Melinda Gates. I mean, really, it's good. But remember, the men's health car is 500 years down the road from women's health. So if we just fund women's health now, that's great, but that gets the car going. We need the car to get down there. And so we're not funding women's health. We're a data DAO. That means that we are working to get researchers data as fast as possible, because that's what's missing. And we are going against the paradigm of 90% of medical research happening in the global north. Because all that means is that right now we only have white women's health. It's not right. It's where all the money is. I don't care. And I've been called crazy. We were just having a fun conversation about the weird shit that I've been told about my own healthcare, just because I'm going against the grain. Okay? So, the key takeaways here tonight are, if you want to create a paradigm shift, which is what we are all here to talk about, we need to talk about the motivation. We need to talk about the crisis. It has to be there. It has to be hella excited. Y'all, I see you're hella excited. I'm really excited to be connected with you and engaged with you. And we need the tools. And I do believe that Web3 is the tool that we need to make shifts, because it hadn't been tried before. We've been trying for years and years and years, I mean centuries upon centuries, to change the way disenfranchisement works. And now we've got something that's decentralized. I'm so here for it. So, please expect to be called crazy. This week, I hope you'll get crazy with me. Thank you.